Ashok, Malik, just look, politics aside, if we look purely at the data, is this something that would give the BJP some relief that, okay, no matter what happens on Saturday, in the Lok Sabha elections, the voting intent seems to be quite visibly different?
You know, Rahul, as has been pointed out, both in 2014 and in 2019, the BJP got 10 to 15% more in the Lok Sabha elections than in the Vidhan Sabha elections the preceding years in Karnataka. And it stands to reason that Mr. Modi and the BJP are front runners for 2024, irrespective of what happens tomorrow. But I'd like to correlate this finding today with your exit poll, which you announced 2 days ago. Now, let's presume the exit poll is correct and the Congress is headed towards a majority, and the BJP is headed towards a defeat, and the Janata Dal is headed for a severe contraction. Let's presume that holds. Then how do we correlate this data? It means that the Janata Dal's performance in a Lok Sabha election will perhaps be much worse. A vast section of the remaining Vokaliga vote. So, in a Lok Sabha election, I think the BJP will not just retain its current voters or its 2019 voters, it will get new voters and new communities.
So you're hoping that it could go up even beyond 51%, which is where they'd reached the last time?
If the Janata Dal is genuinely collapsing, and if the Congress coalition is a non-Vokaliga, non-Lingayat coalition, the Vokaligas have to go
but the counter to that is that in the last elections, the Congress and the JDS fought together, so their vote collapsed into one, right? Now if they fight separately, then it may not be 51.
A certain Vokaliga vote still remain with the Janata Dal, which is why the JDS did win one seat. I would say even more of the Vokaliga vote will now migrate towards the BJP, looking at it as a long-term option. Remember, Vokaligas and Lingayats voted together for the Congress O many years ago and for the Janata Party. So they have coexisted, and I feel in the long run they are moving towards the BJP.
Clyde Castro, this seems to be bad news for the opposition's plank before 2024, where no matter what happens in a local state election, the mood in the national context seems to be quite different amongst the same voters.
Well, when you say something like that, then the question comes to mind is that is the campaigning that done by Mr. Modi not effective at all in Karnataka? That's the question that comes up, because if we are talking that after the assembly elections, when the Lok Sabha elections come in, the BJP is going to have a benefit. That means all those who campaigned in Karnataka from outside Karnataka will not have an impact at all. So then the question comes to Mr. Modi's campaign in Karnataka, which will not be effective at all. But the fact of the matter is that the people from Karnataka have been upset about the BJP government. There have been organizations that have gone public and said that there is corruption in this government, and the local people have felt betrayed about the whole thing. So I do not think there will be a problem when the 2024 elections come in, because also for the fact of the matter is that going by your projections, going by the numbers that you have put out, it shows that Congress is going to do very well, and then the Congress and the opposition has the numbers from now on to the next election, which is almost a year away, to actually work on the minds of the people, help the people, serve the people, and gain that confidence in them that if we can serve you in the local elections as in the assembly elections, we can also serve you when it comes to the central election, that is the Lok Sabha. So I think somewhere the whole impact is going to be on the BJP. They are going to be on the receiving end. It's going to be advantage the opposition. That means all the like-minded parties that have come together.
Ashok, Malik, you want to chip in on this argument that Clyde Castro makes, that it gets the mojo of the opposition going. Earlier they would have been dispirited and in despair. Now that if they win Karnataka, it gives them something to hold on to, that okay, we can get together and make a fight of it.
You know, look, if the Congress wins a majority tomorrow, no doubt it's a shot in the arm for the Congress. And it's a great victory for the Congress, hats off to it. But do remember, Mr. K.C. Tyagi spoke about Kumaraswamy being sworn in what was it, in 2018, and all the opposition leaders gathering. Why did they gather? Because it was a third front government. It was Kumaraswamy and the Congress, so a grand alliance.